no police round me and tell me shush my mouth. Where's our conviction? But where's our pride? We sell everything selling our backside. Just go online, it'll make you sick. You can buy any island, just point and click. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank all of you for tuning in and thank you for your patience. We appreciate you for being here. Thank you for notifying us that there's no sound. Um, we were not broadcasting as yet. We have an announcement based on something that transpired in the media today. It was very interesting, but our executives had a meeting. Our executives are here with me. We're in the middle of an executive meeting. I'm going live, and then we're going to go back to our executive meeting. Thank all of you. We're going to make this statement, and then we're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for tuning in. Please take some time to share this. I was unable to share it. I was unable to share. I'm so sorry about that. Um, I was unable to share. So if you can share this to make sure that everyone is tuned in, that we would appreciate that greatly. All right. So thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, um, there's been a lot of hullabaloo recently in the media about a text message that has been shared. At this time, I wanted to make a statement, official statements by the executives of the Coalition of Independence. With reference to that statement, um, we have began the review of this whole process, and we have put together a statement. I'm going to read the statement, and then I'll discuss, and then I will take questions from anyone who want to give questions. We wish to address the recent incident that has come to the attention involving one of our own executive members. It has come to our notice that Ms. Maria Daxon, deputy leader of the COI, exercised poor judgment by forwarding a note that was inappropriate and insensitive to the family of the deceased member of Parliament, Obi Wilscombe. Maria Daxon is a brave and passionate fighter for the people. However, we want to make it clear that the actions of Ms. Daxon in this incident does not reflect the values and principles of our party. We hold ourselves to a high standard of conduct and professionalism, and we will take this incident very seriously. Both our chairman and I have issued sincere condolences to the bereaved family. I humbly and sincerely apologize to the bereaved family on behalf of the executives of the COI. We have already initiated an internal review to understand the full extent of what transpired and to determine appropriate measures to ensure that such incidents do not happen again in the future. We are committed to upholding the highest standards of integrity and empathy in all our dealings. Our party remains dedicated to fighting fearlessly for our citizens with the utmost care and responsibility, and we will continue to work tirelessly on your behalf. And that is signed by Lincoln Bain, leader of the Coalition of Independence, on behalf of the executives of the COI. Okay, and so at this point, if anyone has any questions, I will be happy to take your questions. You may call in with your questions at 803-5995. We are here and available to anyone who has questions or want to address this matter. We are not running from it. We have, for far too long, we have seen political parties which have been afraid to address matters of their own political party where they have made mistakes or should apologize to the Bahamian people and move forward. And we are not a political party to do such a thing. Maria Daxon did not write the matter that was sent out. Let me answer this question and I'll continue. call it. Just give me 1 second. I just need to finish my thoughts, and I'll continue that. Maria Daxon did not write that message that went out. We're still we're still investigating, but Maria Daxon did not write the post that went out. She forwarded it. Okay, she forwarded it, and some people feel that that is just as bad that it was forwarded. Um, um, but she shared it. In my opinion, she did the same thing that the Tribune did. The Tribune actually posted parts of that same article that they thought were distasteful in their paper. They shared it because they thought people would want to see it. And that's what Maria Daxon did. Again, we feel that the timing of it, et cetera, and content of it was insensitive. And that is why we said what we had to say. Now, as we said, we have already started an internal process. Everyone has due process. Everyone in every organization has due process. And we have already begun that due process. Okay? And so we have, as an organization, disassociated ourselves with that post. And we are moving forward with the due process. And we will update persons once that due process is finished. All right. We are a different kind of organization, and we stand up for what is right and what is just. And so that is what it is. As I've said before, Ms. Daxon is the voice of the people. She is a champion for people. She's been fighting for persons for a very long time, and she sacrifices herself in order to do just that. And people are entitled to mistakes. We've had many members of parliament who have made mistakes and gaffes. We will deal with this appropriately. We've had a member of parliament stand up on a rally stage and tell the Bahamian people the kiss is a twice. We've had a prime minister stand in the House of Assembly and say BS. He's the present prime minister. People make mistakes. They must be dealt with. But in none of these matters where mistakes were made in terms of inappropriate actions, the parties have stood out and said what they had to say. We are doing that right now. All right. And so we are standing by this. As I said, the due process has started. And so that is what we're doing. So if you have questions, you may send your questions to us, all right? Or you may call us in. 803-5995 is the number. We're making ourselves available to you. 803-5995 is the number. You may call in at this time, all right? You may call in at this time. Someone made the statement of saying, tell her to resign. Resignation is her choice. We have a due process. At the end of that due process, she will have a discussion with the executives of this party, but everyone has to have a due process. If you are in the PLP or FNM and you do something out of order, they will have a tribunal. You will sit in front of that tribunal. The tribunal will make a decision. There's due process in every organization. But as I said, people make mistakes, and the due process must happen, and that's what we are doing. And we decided to put ourselves before you and to say what we have to say, all right? And allow you to speak what you have to speak. Someone says if Maria resigns, the whole cabinet has to resign. Why should Maria resign? All right, 803-5995. You may speak and say what you have to say. Again, the executives decided that poor judgment was made, and they're going to continue their investigation, and it is what it is. All right. Someone says, did she share the WhatsApp with the perspective of agreeing with the tax? If so, she should be made to resign. As I said, the due process is in process, and we'll move from there. All right. And so we'll investigate all of that. All right. And Green says, Maria, we stand with you. She forwarded the text from others, is what someone else says. Yes, I will tell you that I did see that text shared from other persons. I did see that shared from other persons, including Maria. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good night. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Okay, Mr. Dan, with you?
Yes, this is me. You're live.
Okay, all right, I know I'm live. I just want to ask a question here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said earlier that, let me just move away from you. You said earlier that someone got on stage and lifted their little finger. You referring to Terry Christie, right?
Yes. Now, and I also gave another example.
Okay, another example.
Of someone telling, of Wayne Monroe slapping his backside and telling people to kiss his. Yeah.
I'm familiar with both of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm seeing happening here as relates to Maria, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We tend to point finger because those two persons who did what they did, in particular, let's talk about Perry Christie. He no longer with us. We know for sure what he did was wrong, and the people have gotten rid of him. Now, as it relates to Maria Daxon, she's supposed to be like a role model. Okay, you guys supposed to be standing out. Why more? Because you say every day, and most of us as Bahamian, we could see. The PLP is a corrupt, it's international, and as far as we can see, the Bahamian people probably looking for better, right?
Mm-hmm.
I say all of that to say that's why they're going to put you guys on a higher pedal. They're going to be looking up to you to shine like silver and gold. So when you have your deputy, and this ain't the first time this happened, this has been happening time and time again based on the person that I follow on Facebook and in these groups. This gone all over. A lot of persons, there's more persons talking negative and positive about this incident, what happened.
Yes.
Okay? For you now to say that you would not take a repercussion and leave things the way it is, that's a stand back. That's a stand back. That doesn't say much of what you
did you see the statement of the executives? They said that the process has begun. All right, there's due process. We are an organization that deals with democracy, and the due process has begun. And we have come, and not only have we disassociated ourselves from that text that went out and the actions, we have apologized to the family. All right, that's what we have done.
And what make it so bad is she was well conscious of what she did, and instead of her apologizing, she retracted to say she didn't read it. That's what makes it so worse. To say that you're going to have a deputy putting out stuff. Let's say, God forbid, the COI win the election, right? That means she's going to be putting out important documents without reading it, without even paying attention to it, and just sending it out. You didn't read it. That's just as bad as saying, I should, get yourself and say, you know what?
Yes, and that's what we have done. We have started a process. We have said all of that, and you should check something before you put it out there. I will tell you that I'm not making any excuses. We have already apologized and said that it was inappropriate. Maria forward stuff even that she don't agree with. I've seen her forward stuff from Fred Mitchell. Sometimes she forwards stuff. Listen to me, mom. Just I let you talk. Sometimes she forwards stuff just so people could see what is being said out there. Sometimes she would say, look what these people are saying as she forwarded, or sometimes she wouldn't. I'm not making any excuses because the chips are going to fall where they may. But I'm just letting you know that sometimes that's what she does. I don't understand that, but that's my opinion. Now, if she made a mistake, like Moses who struck the rock, then she has to face the consequences. Even leaders aren't going to be perfect, and they're going to make some mistakes, but there will be consequences, all right? And so we have come out on this matter. Unlike the PLP and FNM, who covers up for what happens in their party, we have come out, we've disassociated ourselves, we've apologized to the family again. What is curious is that, and thank you for your call, ma'am. What is curious is that the media talked about this, but they never mentioned the fact that myself and the chairman separately put out condolences to the family, all right, of both Obi Wilstrom and of Keith Bell, but none of them mentioned that the leader and the chairman did that. They focus only on this thing from that Maria forwarded, that many persons forwarded out other than Maria. They focused on that. All right, because it seems like the only time they want to cover the COI is when it's something negative. All of a sudden, this is a big news story, and I have no problem with that. But make sure that when the COI or Maria put something out there that can benefit our country, or the chairman of this country put something that they're talking about what's really going on in this country, then make sure you cover that. All right, this country is falling apart. This country has serious issues right now. You're talking about someone forwarding a message that someone else wrote. You acknowledge that she's forwarding a message someone else wrote while the country is falling apart. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon, you're live. Okay, didn't get through. And okay, so that's what it is. So like I said, we're going to continue to do what we have to do, and we're going to continue we're going to let the process play out. We have executives who are going to deal with this. The calling number is 803-5995. 803-5995. All right. Someone on here says, lousy excuse, none of y'all still could get my vote. No one is making excuses for anyone. Let me reiterate and be clear that what we did. Okay, same call again. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon, you're live. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, yes, we got you now.
Yes, Mr. Beard. Hello?
Yes. We can hear you. Don't listen to your device.
Yeah, I turned it off right now. Hello, good night, Mr. Ben.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. All I have to say is, my brother, this how people gonna attack you, man. You know? Self-centered, shallow-minded people. They only waiting for you to just slip up, you and the coalition, and then they want to attack you. You know? They like you said, and I listened to you carefully. Anytime you do good, they don't never praise you all. When you all do, as soon as something goes south, and they don't even know Maria right that. So how they start pinching and poking and running on with the accusation.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense, man. These people need to really catch themselves.
Yeah.
You know, because they just trying to incriminate this woman right here now, and this woman that's been fighting for everybody, mother, grandmother, not mine. So y'all don't start that. Don't go there and think that. Okay? But everybody she's been fighting for, and for this, and for a message to go out, thinking that somebody wrote it, man, all of y'all wrong. So y'all leave the COI alone and find something better to do. All right?
All right. Thank you for your call. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. 803-5995. Okay. Got another call. Good afternoon. You're live. Good afternoon. You're live.
Hey, Lincoln. How you doing? It's Graham.
I am awesome, Graham.
You know, it's very sad that in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas for 50 years, people can't politically debate somebody on the issues without digging in the mud.
Yeah.
See, you could have Satan himself come, okay? But if he is saying, why did you not give your people a hospital? After 50 years of yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, and you go back to Sir Lyndon Pinland, because the last person to put a hospital in this country was the UBP. Sorry to say it. And that's a sad statement I have to make 50 years later. And don't tell me you're bringing one now, right? That's like saying I taken my wife out to Valentine's dinner this weekend. A little bit too late. You're only doing it to save face, so don't do it.
Yeah.
And so when I can't debate you on the issue, like me passing a boat off of Rose Island, filling up with sand this week, again, when you can't debate the issues, you got to go dig in somebody's bedroom or stupidness. It shows immaturity, it shows insecurity, and it shows that you really are ashamed of how you've treated your own people. And I bring your attention to one thing, because I heard some people in Freeport running their mouth. You left our family members in a trailer to rot, turn to juice. Someone I know say when they went in the trailer, and you smelt the trailer, you filmed it live, that the people arm and leg drop off like steamed chicken. Okay?
Yeah.
So you should never show your face. And as Hubert Ingram said, your punishment should be much more waste, because you know he's really good with grammar. So the bottom line is, the fact that they have to do whatever anyone is doing, and you know the red does it to the yellow and yellow does it to the red, and now everybody wants to do it to you. And I'm sure you're going to tie the two of them together and show people what's really happening. When you have to dig in the mud, it means one thing. And I can leave you with this. Dog don't bark at parked car. I don't see any of them attacking Cassius Stewart, do you?
No.
Why not? Is he not a threat?
I guess
I
not.
don't see any of them. No. Who else they not attacking? They're not attacking Bramwell McCartney anymore. They're not attacking whatever the lady's name, the head of DNA. How come they're not attacking any of them? So I leave you with dog don't bark at parked car. And I leave it right there. And the fact that you have to dig in the mud means is a viable threat. And that's very interesting. Now, we got to grab West End, because if the FNM or you or whoever grab West End, that's how the general going.
Yeah.
So them people in West End, you need to tell them what's coming for them, because they had 50 years of basically bad treatment.
Yeah.
They don't even have a hospital today in Freeport. Anyway, Lincoln, I go on. Dog don't bark at parked car.
Well, Graham, I can tell you this much. We are going out there on October 4th, and we are going to see our servants, and we are going to hold them to account, because what's his name? Keith Bell has still not stepped down, and we have provided evidence of wrongdoing and criminal actions on his behalf. That's in our opinion. And he has still not stepped down. And so we are going to go out there to deal with that.
Let me ask you a quick question. If I was someone, a criminal, and I robbed one bank, and then you moved me to a different, because I was working in the bank and I robbed a bank by reason of employment, and then you moved me to another bank, does that void the robbery?
No, it doesn't.
So by shuffling me to the other bank, it didn't get rid of the first offense? Anyway,
thanks for your call. All right.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. You're live. Hold on, we got like a million calls coming through at the same time. Sorry about this. Okay, let's take this one. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good night, Mr. President.
How you doing?
I'm all right, and you?
I'm good.
Okay. First of all, I'm calling just know that you know you're doing things rightly, and this is what's going to happen. Okay? They're going to attack us left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let that distract us, man. Please, don't let that distract us, man. Okay?
Yeah.
Many people don't like good, especially the inmates. They don't like what it's good for them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a hand spoon and feed them and push it down their throat. You understand me? Remember what Miles said. You got to be angry and you got to be serious.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And one more thing I got to say. We working for a member for this new seat.
Yes, of course. We are going to put someone forward to run in that constituency. We have to have someone in the house to challenge the darkness that has been going on in this country. We have to put someone in the house to stand up. And so we're going to be in there. We're going to hold their foot to the fire because we don't have no opposition. This opposition is voting for everything they do. They take our sovereign wealth fund, the opposition vote for it. They give all the carbon credits, put it all in the prime minister's name. They vote for it. They're not standing up against anything this government is doing. You know, they complain that the prime minister is traveling too much, then they go and travel with him. I don't understand this.
Well, my vote is the Charlotte Gray. She's the right one. Right now, she could put them all in the right place.
Awesome, man.
I down with Charlotte Gray.
So you don't want Charlotte in Abaco no more?
Hey, I want Charlotte in that seat right now.
All right, you want her in the house?
I want her in the House of Parliament.
To tear them to shreds.
Immediately.
Okay.
I want her in the House Assembly immediately.
Okay.
Don't mind these people running on with this bunch of stupidness with Maria Daxon, man. So thinking, I don't think we should even be following that.
No, as an organization, we have to show that we are going to be different than the PLP and FNM. We are going to address matters, even if it's us. I have done the same thing. People have questioned me about things that I've said before. I've come out and I've apologized and I've moved forward. That is what leaders should do. No one is perfect. No man in the Bible except Christ was perfect or didn't make mistakes. None. Not a one. But you have to realize that it's the maturity of how you deal with it afterwards. All right?
You're going to find the Bahamian people coming at you. You understand me? Because they don't like good. I can tell you that. They don't like good, Lincoln. They do not like good. You hear this? I hear fighting every day. You don't know what I have to be up against, Lincoln.
Okay.
I have to really show people how ignorant they is.
Okay.
You understand? You don't have no light. You don't have no water. You don't have no flush toilet. You don't have none of them things. You have no way off the house. And you talk to LP and happening. You got to be sick, man. You got to be sick. And I could speak to you because I know what I can do right now.
Yeah, man.
You're trying to help me.
All right, we got to take some other calls, all right?
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, remember that on Saturday we are going to be in Grand Bahama on Saturday. We're going to be at the Tano Beach. All right, there's a tea party and raffle, so make sure that you are there at that tea party and raffle. It is going to be a great experience. I am going to be there live as we're kicking off our campaign to take West Grand Bahama. We're serious about this. We're going for West Grand Bahama. Someone says West Grand Bahama is PLP. You could kind of see it by the fact that they've done really little for West Grand Bahama in all these years, and that's kind of what the PLP is known for doing in constituencies that tend to vote PLP. And so we hope that the people wake up this time. We're also on Sunday going to be in Gambia. On the park. We're going to feed people, a lot of activities, so make sure you're there. Good afternoon. You're live.
Lincoln Ben, how you doing?
I'm awesome.
Excellent.
How are you doing?
Excellent. Good job with going before the council with this matter, showing them that you'll be different, right?
Yes.
But let's use strategy on these people. Let me tell you the strategy we can use. It seems like the only way we can get media coverage is when we do bad. So leave Maria Daxon.
So we can get some more media coverage?
And we get more coverage.
I'll present that to our executive council.
Leave alone. We get plenty coverage. And when they interviewing us, it's flip the script on them and talk with the nonsense they doing. Leave Miss Daxon right where she is.
Yeah.
We get plenty coverage now. You see the strategy now?
Yeah.
Leave alone.
Yeah.
Leave alone. Good night, buddy.
All right. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. Good afternoon. You're live. Good evening. Sorry.
Good night, Mr. Ben. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Now, before I mention what I'm calling about, I would like to extend my sincere condolences to the Wilchcombe family. Now, I read that text, or someone WhatsApped me the text, and it was a horrible text, but I dissected that, and I realized Maria did not write that text.
Yeah.
The person who wrote that text had a personal encounter with the late minister, and it was a negative encounter.
Yeah.
And it's stated in the text, okay, that she and her family, I said she, generic, had a personal encounter.
Yeah.
So they're also blaming you. So they're guessing. But what I'm going to say to you, do not fall to the political whoremongers out there, because they are just putting these ideas forward to try to disband the COI.
Mm-hmm.
The COI needs to remain focused. Okay?
Yes.
Leave that alone. Tell Maria, hold her head up tight, up high. Some of us make mistakes in life. Okay? Now, I don't go for passing it on, but I cannot condemn anyone because I don't know the situation, but I did see what was written. And the person had a personal encounter. The person looked as if they were asking for help, which they did not receive. And the person is very, very bitter. Okay? Now, the words are not those that Maria Daxon would use. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say. And I want you all to know, contest that seat hotly, investors. The government do not want to have a by-election, but test the waters in Grand Bahama. You have my vote, and you have about 15 more of my family votes so
Thank
far.
you. Thank you.
Okay?
I appreciate it. God bless you. Change is here. Good evening, you're live. Sorry, can't hear you. Good evening, you're live. Good evening, you're live.
Good night, Mr. Ben.
Okay, now we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Can you hear us? Go ahead.
Hello?
Call, hang up and call back. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Good evening, you're live.
Good night, Mr. Ben. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Mr. Ben, I mean to tell you the truth. We have a country with all kind of illegal people coming aside here with papers, getting papers in our country. And all these trolls, and I mean, these people have a mindset of thinking about a message which being forward, you know. We also have $156 billion coming into this country, and these people's mind is on a message was being forwarded by Maria. I don't understand. Well, I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, we have a country to save, and here it is, these people worrying about a message was being forwarded. Look at how many people you have been exposing. You know, you're being exposing so many people, and it's like that's sweep under the rug for them.
Mm-hmm.
But here it is, they talking about a message was being forward. That's the mindset of these people. All I can say, dog don't bark at park cars. You have a good night, a blessed night, and we can continue on fighting. And I stand 30,000% behind Maria. Okay?
All right. So you think we should be focusing on things like the fact that electricity is 3 times the price it was last year? You think we should be really focusing on that? You think the government should be apologizing for that?
Quite naturally, I mean, hey, all these things you have been exposing, you know, this country is in a hole right now, and the mindset of these people thinking about a real forwarding a message is ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your call. Good evening, caller. You're live.
Hi, yes, I just wanted to give my 5 cents on this whole thing. Based on all of the things that the FNM and the PLP have done to Bahamian people over the past 50 years, it's really disappointing at how little our people have grown mentally.
Wow.
You know, because this thing that they're saying Maria put out there, if it's true, if it's not true, it should be dealt with, right? But I think they're putting so much emphasis on it, too much emphasis on it, because my observation is the COI is doing so much more for Bahamian people as a party that hasn't even ever been given a chance yet.
Yeah.
And even if you don't look at that, which I look at, you know, that's why I support the COI. But even if you don't look at that, I think there's so many greater issues going on in this country that we should not be wasting time. You know, if that's something important, yes, he passed away and he did serve this country. And as you said, he was paid for it. But condolences and showing sympathy, that's a human thing, and we should do that as a people. But I think they're going overboard with it, and I think it's gracious that we even giving them this time of day, which is more than I feel that is being deserved for that message. That's just my opinion.
All right, thank you for your call.
Okay.
Someone sent a text here and they asked, why didn't Lincoln go live with the Ali Boo situation? The Ali Boo situation is a matter that is a lawyer-client situation, and it's a dispute between a lawyer and their client, and it's a matter that Maria is putting before the courts. I actually did investigate that. I don't take anything lightly as it relates to what we do. I investigated the matter thoroughly, including looking at files. I see where some statements were made about someone said they paid for someone to appear 5 times. And I see where that is not the case. I'm just being open and upfront with you. And I implore Ali Boo, if that's the lady's name, I don't know her real name. If she has paid Maria, send the invoices to me so that we can investigate that. Persons have said that Maria has challenged them to do so, to just show the receipts to where the person is paid. I see where Maria has done about, I think, 5 or 6 affidavits that's on the file, and she was not paid for any of them. And her retainer was not paid. Her retainer was not paid in full. That is what I see. All right. And so I think that person, they're using social media. If there's something different, they can post it on social media or send it to me. And I promise you, like I fight for everyone else, I'll fight for you, and I'll deal with that. But based on what I see, what I heard in the social media video didn't line up with what I actually saw when I went through the files. All right. I have investigated, and what I see is not what is there. So if there is some issue, as Maria said, go to the Bar Council and make sure that she is dealt with so no one else is a victim. I know how it feels to be lied on. When you're a public figure, people tend to go public and say stuff and not show the proof, etc., and people just believe them. I know I'm not saying that Ali Boo did that. What I'm saying is what I saw and heard in the video doesn't line up with what I see in the files. And so whatever you have, just forward it to the Bar Council or forward it to the police or take it to court. And that's a simple matter. Lawyers have disputes with clients all the time. I'm sure there are not many lawyers in the House of Assembly, including Brave Davis, who has not had disputes with clients. Brave Davis has had many disputes with clients, many. I'm not saying that makes it right or justifies it. I'm just saying, again, I haven't seen it. I have also, Hubert Minnis has had disputes with clients. He's a doctor. My mother sued Hubert Minnis, tried to for malpractice, but the other doctors wouldn't testify against him. He was supposed to do a hysterectomy for her. He went inside and did something else, and caused her to have to get another surgery afterwards when something else went wrong. But that's his business practice. So if you have a problem with Maria, take it to the Bar Council, or you can also come to us, bring whatever facts or proof you have, and then we can address it. But if you just make a statement of video on social media, isn't enough. It's enough for me to look into something, but isn't enough for me to make a decision on it because someone says something on a video. And so that's me answering to you on the Ali Boo situation. Good evening, you're live.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right.
I just want to say something, right? I want all COI members and all COI supporters to stay focused.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is orchestrated by one particular political group, political chat group that look like just paid trolls just to just stir up problems. and just to, to cause any corruption between all COI members and people who want to support COI. And I'm a part of one of those groups. And when I realized that one of the main proprietors of a lot of this investigation trouble is someone who's not even in this country, because she thinks she cannot be touched, and so she goes and be steam and throw whatever false narrative out there and get people to side with her. Like this person who's saying the real they ever show up to court, and now this thing with this stuff, and I actually had to leave the group because I was fed up just hearing all the negativity. It's nothing for we are all behemoths, but the way how things is orchestrated on these chat groups it's just ridiculous. But I just want every COI member and every person that's listening to your live feed and living in better Bahamas, stay focused.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I know persons from a lot of these who are leading a lot of these chat groups are doing some stuff. I know one of them was planning a march or something, because some of our supporters actually sent money for that march, to fund that march. I know one in particular sent a few $100s in order to fund that march. So I know that march is going to happen. So they are planning some good stuff. I know some of our supporters, or one of our supporters I could speak of, supported a back to school initiative. So I know that back to school initiative would have happened. But the march, I guess they are doing a march, and so we look forward to seeing that march happen, because we have some of our supporters who actually sent money as it relates to the march that was supposed to happen. All right, so we're looking forward to seeing that happen. All right, so yeah, you would notice that what is happening now is that Fred Mitchell and his PR team is getting everyone to talk about the COI and not about the issues that's happening in this country. The Fred Mitchell and the COI is getting people to talk. So Fred Mitchell and the PLP is getting people to talk about the COI and not about the issues. Forget about the fact that your light bill is triple what it was. Forget about that. Talk about the COI. And every time we have a march coming up, they do this. Remember, I always tell you that. We have a march coming up, they're going to find something scandalous to make up or push or make it bigger than it's supposed to be. Remember the last time we were supposed to have a march? What it was? I was squatting. They made up this fake story about me squatting in the building or some garbage, where the police told him it wasn't true, but our news still printed the story. It's still here on the internet. Yeah, I should sue. But, they make up fake stories to get you to focus on us instead of focusing on what's really happening in this country, falling apart all around you. And so we have a march coming up. So, of course, they got the Tribune. This is supposed to be a credible newspaper. They got the Tribune to focus, all right? The Tribune to focus on a WhatsApp forward. One person out of many persons, I got that WhatsApp forward. I could go through my WhatsApp and show you that many persons forward that, not just Maria, but they focus on the fact that Maria forwarded it so that we could stop talking about the real national issues, the real failure of this government, the real failure of a member of parliament who knocks down a police officer and no one apologizes. A member of parliament who allegedly rapes and assaults a woman, and months later, they ain't even question the man yet. But I can tell you, Maria has been questioned. In fact, I was sitting with Maria for hours today. All right? So we are not like those other organizations. We are an organization where we know that our people may make mistakes, but we're going to address it because we're coming there to deal with the corruption in this country and to turn this country over to the Bahamian people. So with all that energy that you all focus on Maria and the PLP says her need to resign, apologize, whatever they wanted to do for this thing that she forwarded. And I'm not saying she didn't do wrong. We've already apologized. I'll say it again. With all the same energy you focus on a forwarded message of someone's opinion, with the same energy, let's focus on the fact that our road full of potholes and they ain't doing nothing about it. Our healthcare system, people dying in the hospital. When have we gotten an apology for people dying in the hospital? I have a niece who died in the hospital just months ago. We have a supporter of our organization who died in the hospital because there was no blood a couple of weeks ago. Where's the apology? I'm not justifying Maria or saying she shouldn't apologize or shouldn't resign or whatever it is. The process will go through. But where is the apology for the Bahamians who are dropping down dead? Good afternoon, you're live. Sorry, we can't hear you. Say it again. Good afternoon, you're live.
Yes, good night, Mr. Bean. How are you tonight?
I'm awesome. How you doing?
I'm great. Listen, I just want to chime in on this, right? I have posted many posts, sometimes without looking at them, and persons will say to me, well, hey, bro, that post you sent, such and such was the case, or that's an old post from 2 years ago, or as the case may be, right? I didn't look at. Sometimes I just send things as a point of information. Now, that post that was sent by Maria was sent into the COI group, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't sent public in the public domain. It was sent in a particular group, a specific group of people. Someone decided to copy that post and take it out the group and say that is what she said. It is nothing but a witch hunt. It's nothing but a witch hunt for Maria. And I would like to say, right, it is so sad that in spite of the death of their colleagues, the substantive minister, Mr. Obadiah Wilcombe, and the wife of Mr. Keith Bell, that instead of grieving with some sort of dignity, rather than grieving with some sort of dignity, they would rather stoop to this low and come up with all this and start this rhetoric and lies to malign the character of Maria Daxon. It is totally despicable. And if anybody should hold their head down in shame, it should be them who started this garbage. All right? Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay? Now I know Obadiah Wilcombe. I've known him for years. I know his brother, his sister. I went to school with them. Okay? But it doesn't change the fact that he was a cold-hearted man. It doesn't change the fact that when the government took over, the PLP government took over in 2021, that he, as the social minister, stopped the little stipend that the government was given to the people to get a little bit of food. And not only that, he stopped the food program.
Now, I have to be fair. He was the minister responsible, but no food program would be stopped without the entire cabinet making that decision. Brave Davis gets away with hiding from a lot of these decisions that are made, but Brave Davis and the cabinet would have also made that decision. And if I were him, I would have said, no, I'm not doing it. People are suffering. But that's the PLP government that did that also. And he should have stood up.
Yeah, and so that one, even though there's a cabinet decision, he's the one who come out and do it.
Yeah.
On behalf of the cabinet. You understand me? And so he made himself a villain.
Right.
He made himself a villain in the people's life. So what was said in that on that particular message or whatever that person did, it wasn't a lie. It certainly wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. And we heard some additional things about the blue pill, but we won't get into that.
No, not on this show tonight.
Yeah, we don't want to be like them because we're not going to stoop that low.
No.
All right. But I just like to say that they need to stop the madness because they're not going to stop this. Change is here. Changing coming. Change is here.
Thank you for your
That's
call,
all I
man.
had to say. Good night.
Thank you. Someone has a comment here. They said Maria is a lawyer, sir. What to be? Can't see this really. Maria is a lawyer, sir. Want to be a deputy is no excuse. Face your fault and deal with it. Maybe you tuned in late. Johnson P. Novelli. Okay, there's someone I see on social media a lot. Maybe you tuned in late. Not making excuses for anyone. Our executives have released a statement, which will be released to the whole media. Let's see if they cover that. This is an exercise. Let's see if they cover the statement that our executives released. We're going to release a statement, the one that I read, to all of the media tonight as soon as this live is over, and we'll see if they cover that. But maybe they just want the negative. But we've released a statement apologizing to the family, acknowledging certain things, and we've started a certain process that we're going to have due process, all right? On the radio in the morning, we heard Dwight Strawn made a very irresponsible statement saying that Maria wrote the thing. That's very irresponsible on the radio, and that actually goes against Irka's rules when radio stations are being biased against a political candidate or political party. But his statement was very responsible. We were also told that Naughty, that other show, Naughty, who is normally during the elections a political troll or political operative for the Free National Movement, he was reading off texts on his show. So what is the difference in what he is doing and what Maria is accused of doing? The Tribune shared the same information. They didn't share the whole thing, but they shared it. Naughty was reading text on the show. I don't know what all he read. I didn't listen to the show, and they said he was playing voice notes. What I need persons to do, if y'all can do me a favor, we'll really appreciate this. While we're doing this due process, it's important for you to call Naughty because Naughty was promoting a certain march that he was about to do. And some of our supporters gave money for that march. And we need you to call into Naughty's show tomorrow. Y'all, please do this for me. Y'all, let's get to work. Call Naughty and please ask him the status of that march or the status of the money, please. All right. So that's Naughty on his show. I think it comes on at 4 o'clock. Y'all please call Naughty, who was reading those texts today and talking about what you should and shouldn't do and what is good and what is bad. Y'all please, we need as many of you as possible to call that show tomorrow and ask Naughty what was going on with the funds that persons, including COI supporters, donated to. All right. In fact, one of them is right here with me right now. All right. So let's please find out about that. All right. So that's Naughty, who was on the radio show. All right. So if you're just tuning in, we have addressed a situation where Maria sent the post. I'm really, really concerned. We take that seriously, and that's why we're dealing with that. But I'm concerned that persons don't have the same energy with the fact that this government is failing us miserably. The fact that you can't afford to buy food in the food store. The fact that your bus fee going up. The fact that your boating license going up. The fact that Focal is selling electricity to BEC with our generators and our oil. With the fact that Focal is selling and Sun Oil is selling, Focal is selling oil to BEC. the price of oil internationally went down by almost half, but the fuel surcharge went up triple. We should be in the streets right now. Well, we're going, that's one of the reasons we're going to the streets. We're going to send out the flyer today also. Please share that flyer. Please share that. Good afternoon, you're live.
Okay, good day, Mr. Ben.
Good day.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, this Independent Angel.
Hey, Independent Angel.
You know, like I say, you know, let's just focus on the march. I just come from Fox Hill, right?
Yes.
And from what I gathered, what I was told from some of my street, from some of my street brethren, is I guess Fred trying to run again in Fox Hill.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to say all this to say is, you know, it's unfortunate. You know, Maria expressed herself, and I think that's just what it is, brother. She tell her how she feel, you know.
She didn't express herself. She just forwarded a message, and other people also forwarded the same exact message. Because I got that from other people, including known FNMs and PLPs. A lot of people were sharing the message, but they chose to grab the fact that Maria shared it and only make it seem like Maria is responsible for this message when many people shared the message.
So you didn't write this message then?
No, she did not write the message. The news article also said that. But they're trying to spread it as if Maria wrote this. This is why it's important for us to do this show.
See what I need to do is just focus on pushing the energy on October 4th, Daddy. You know what I mean? Because right now these people hating. Like I tell them on the blocks, I was a rich kid. You know what I mean? I hating. I making sure everything's straight on my end. But what I'm saying to them is a lot of people that's hating, and we need to keep their minds focused on October 4th.
Yes.
We need to keep them not distracted by what the PLP and FNM trying to do. We need to focus on pushing this energy because they know a lot of people, all we need to do is motivate people to break that fear. Once people realize that this is a stance for celebration, for victory, for forward, for change, this ain't no violence. This is peace. This is just now people showing that they are tired. See, this is for people to show themselves. This is where mind control matter. This ain't no more like you say, talking behind the TV screens, computer screen. This, you know, come on your spot, hold it down, and tell to change, break, because they need to fill the square. That's what the energy need to be about. COI need to be telling everybody, along with independence, along with whoever, disgruntled party supporters, whoever, need to let people know October 4th is the party. We need to figure where we got water from. We need to figure where we got fruits out there. We need to figure where we can sell for a grill. We need to figure if we need money for chicken, pork chop, whatever we need, fish, whatever we need, so these people can eat.
I like that, my brother. I like you. I like you.
Let's feed these people so these people can stay around there where because grill is the easiest thing to throw on the pot. So if I have to give some money for some chicken, a case or whatever, and everybody understand that we need to feed 1,000 people, that's how these people come up because they're hungry, Daddy. I walking from Windsor Lane and Market Street straight to Parliament Street. Everybody on the blocks, I telling them, come out from your Grammy Oak side, you're hungry.
You bet that right.
Parliament Street.
Yeah, man.
That's where I see everybody need to put their money, feeding the people that.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it on October 4th. We are going to hold the government's foot to the fire. You have to go out there, man. Listen, man. Y'all seriously could just sit down and let them charge you all triple the fuel surcharge. Electricity ain't high, you know. Electricity isn't high. The fuel surcharge that the PLP and FNM are making money for, that is high. Because that money going straight to them. Good evening, you're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dean. Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, man. I just want to encourage you all, don't mind noise in the market and don't beat it straight, because it's only the assignment from the enemy just to throw the people them off, man. That's all this is.
Yeah.
And these people are very strategic, and I'm glad that you all have a calm and cordial mind to come and address it. You understand what I'm saying? They're trying to get Miss Maria Daxon to resign. You all ain't even in power yet. Resign what? You understand what I'm saying? They always gonna come at us. Always gonna come at us and try to break us down. When all y'all doing is fighting for the people. We all fall short of the glory of God. No one can say they're perfect. I sure all us can never stand up. We can't throw what they say, don't throw rock when you live in a glass house.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
This, like I say, this is a calculated and strategic attack against this coalition and the of independence, and not even against the coalition of independence, just against the Bahamian people. This ain't even
That's what it's against, the Bahamian people.
Yeah, this is an attack on the Bahamian people because we now have them where we want them. You know, you all already provided the people with the information. People awakening. It's a time for awakening. You know, there's a time and a place for everything. I just want to encourage the Bahamian people, like that caller just said, we have to come out, man. If I have to put up money, if we have to put up money so we could feed the people, like the caller say, we have to do that. We gotta camp out there. We gotta sit in Parliament Square and let them feel our frustration. You have to, because you have people who are bedridden who can't get out. You have people who have mental problems, you know, and they really don't know what's going on. So we are their voice. We are our children's voices. So we have to get up. We can't let these people do this, man.
Yeah. Thanks for your call, man.
That's why y'all have a blessed night.
All right. So Ali Boo came on and sent a message. She says a message. It was attorney-client privilege. Maria screenshot and sent it out. Only I'm sorry, I can't see it. Only 2 of us had access to it. I hope she has answers when her license is up for grabs. I gone back to bed. I got all my receipts. So like I said, Ali Boo, if you have receipts, I wasn't addressing that tonight, but someone asked me the question, and we're not those other political parties. We don't run from issues. If you have your receipts and you want something to be done or dealt with, just send those receipts to us because based on the files, Marie did a lot of work, including affidavits and other stuff, and she wasn't paid a full retainer, et cetera, et cetera. So the story is a little different than what I heard. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just saying, based on, I investigated, all right? And I don't see any evidence of what you said. So my number is 803-5995. You can WhatsApp the receipts to me, and I'll get on that right away. All right. And then we can go from there. All right. So we can go from there. All right. So just send it to me, and then we could deal with that. All right. But again, I'll advise you again. The Bar Council is there to address these kinds of issues. So take it to the Bar Council, and they can address this very, very easily. And you will get your justice. Also, take it to court, the court of law. That's what the court is for. There's nothing wrong with being sued. Anyone can be sued. Anyone can be sued. And I can sue you right now for any reason. I might not win. I might sue you for using the name Ali. Anyone can go to court. Being sued is not a bad thing. It's just for the court to decide between 2 people who are having a dispute. So take it to court. And if Maria's wronged you, they will make her pay. It's simple as that. Social media isn't going to help you to get paid. All right. I understand this. I once had a client, an IT client, who went and tried to make it seem like I took something from her. She said, "Oh, Lincoln Bain stole $32,000 from me." And then when she went live and talked about it, her life started to change. And that, oh, he did a website for me and he never gave it to me. In the same live, by the end of the live, she was saying he did the website for me, but I didn't like it. I didn't like how it looked. And so people started to go after and say, "Hey, miss, what you talking about? First, you made us come on here because you said Lincoln Bain took $2,000 from you. And now you're saying something different." So that's what we have the court of law for to deal with things. But what I did was I filed an official police complaint for criminal defamation based on that. And I didn't hear from that person again. All right. Because I don't have time to waste with foolishness. It's simple. If someone took something from you, social media isn't the place for it. We have all kind of mechanisms for that. Go to court and deal with what you have to deal with. All right. And then go from there. All right. Like I said, deal with the courts and they can get that straight for you. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, everyone in Grand Bahama, we are going after the West End and Bimini seat to bring change to that area. Someone said to me that, "Oh, that's a PLP seat." Okay, then we ain't gonna lose. We ain't gonna lose, but we go into war. All right, we can see the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. We are going to take the promised land. All right, we're not afraid of those people who are there. We believe that Bahamians are waking up, and we are going there to give them a chance to wake up. Now, if they choose to continue in the same way they've been going, then that's on them. I asked someone, because I honestly don't know, the member of parliament was found, and this is tragic, in wherever he was found. I asked him, how did he get to the hospital? How did he get to the hospital? Did they even have an ambulance in his community that he represents to take him to the hospital? You see, we are focusing on other things, but essentials, human essentials, we don't have on our family island, and we focusing on gossip and nonsense in these WhatsApp groups because Fred Mitchell is paying and making sure these persons get contracts to go and just spew gossip and nonsense. They talking the carbon credits again? Go say something with Lincoln. Anything, just make something up. They can start talking about that. And he got them living in condos on Paradise Island so that they live in good to make sure that y'all could never live good. And some people happy with that. Hey, brother. One of the first things an MP should make sure that happens is that these essential services are available to all of their people. Proper education, proper schools, fight for it. Fight for it. If it ain't there, fight for it. Give them hell until they do it. Healthcare, fight for it. Not backpacks and composition books. Those old weapons are not going to work anymore in this new generation. And I got to bring this live to an end. I appreciate y'all being here. Remember, y'all do this for me, please. Y'all, I need some commitments. Who is going to call Naughty tomorrow and ask him about the march or about the funds for these persons who donated for that march? I need some commitment. Any commitments? Who's gonna assist with that? I need some callers. I need some people to call into Naughty Show tomorrow and the day after and the day after, this whole week. Just call Naughty Show week. We're gonna call his show and ask him. Okay, that's 2 commitments. I see 2 people. All right, we need more than that. That's 2 people that's gonna call Naughty Show and ask Naughty about the donations that people sent in for a march that he was supposed to have. Maybe it happened and we didn't know, or we need to find out if it's going to happen. All right? So, take this last call. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon, you're live. Good evening. Caller, you're live. Don't listen to your device, listen to your phone. Okay. All right. So y'all make sure y'all call into Naughty tomorrow to find out about that. So I want to end this by saying to the Bahamian public is that the Coalition of Independence is a different kind of organization. The Coalition of Independence is an organization that's going to deal with democracy, transparency, and we are going to end corruption. All right? Democracy, transparency, and we're going to end corruption. Someone asked me to put Naughty's number up there, and I'm serious with this, and that's why I'm putting the number up. I'm very serious with this. Let me put the number up for y'all. Just give me a sec. Let me just pull up the number. This is Naughty Show number. So So I need some commitments to call into that show and find out about the money so we can start that process. All right. Let's do this. All right. So since they're so interested in all these text messages and that kind of stuff, let's see if he could do some more investigation and find out about those persons who give the donations. Let me 323-6232. 323-6232. That's one of the numbers. Let me see if there's another number. I'll give you two numbers. Where did I put it? Okay, let me put it down. That's 323-6232. Why is it not going through? Okay, hold on. 323-6232 or 325-4259. Those are the two numbers. All right, so those are the two numbers for Northeast Show. You all take it down. Let me put it up there for you. Those are the two numbers for Northeast Show. Please call into that show and let's do what we have to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is an organization of transparency, all right, accountability. And so, like I said, we're doing what we have to do on our end. And so that's that. We've never seen another political party do this, all right? We have apologized. I'm going to do it again because it takes nothing from us. All right. What transpired was inappropriate. What was written there, it was shared. We're moving on from that. What we need to now focus on, with the same amount of energy, it blows my mind. The people who would focus every day, wake up talking negative about the COI while the FNM and the PLP is raping and robbing them daily. Like literally, y'all wake up, Fred Mitchell wakes up 1 o'clock in the morning and all he could think about is Lincoln Bean. And we don't even respond to him. Fred Mitchell wakes up on a daily basis and says all the nasty and vile things that he can say about Lincoln Bean and Maria Daxon. I've been called the devil, Satan, by Fred Mitchell. I've been called all manner of things by Fred Mitchell. I don't respond to him. He is a man who is a diplomat, who we are paying to be diplomatic. Paying him to be diplomatic. We're not hoping that he's diplomatic. He's not volunteering for us. He's not sacrificing himself and working on his own. He is being paid to be diplomatic, but he is attacking Bahamians. I can't take another call because I have to go, all right? I just want to end with that. Your country is falling apart. Nothing is working. But you wake up talking about Lincoln Bean? Anyone who wakes up and is focusing on Lincoln Bean and the COI in a negative way and not the PLP who is in the government, they have to be a paid troll. They have to be. You can't be anything else. Do you realize we are doing this of our own? When we do for the public, that come out our pocket. Whatever your member of parliament did for you, some people say, oh, the member of parliament was nice. He did this for me, he did that for me. No. That's our money. He's not nice. He didn't do anything for you. That's your money. Stop being fooled. He took your money and gave it back to you. Come on, man. Them old weapons can't work no more. So I can't take any more calls because I'm about to end this live. All right? I did an hour and 22 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's wake up. We are going to Grand Bahama this weekend. Come and see me. Come out wherever you are. We have an executive meeting on Friday. If you're a part of us, you'll know what's going on. Come out wherever you are. It's time to go to war. Get your boots on and let's do what we have to do. All right, get your boots on. But we got to stand up and we got to fight. All right. Remember, Gambia is on Sunday, so make sure you are in Gambia to see what's going on. Again, we went to Gambia, we fixed the bathroom, we fixed the basketball court, bought them basketball hoops, rims, whatever. That's our money we spend, you know. That's our personal money. We give the member of parliament $150,000 every year. That's $750,000 for the term, just to do stuff in the community. That's separate from his constituency money of $37,000 a year. That's separate. That's separate from his pay and his salary. There was money we're giving to them. Let's wake up. All right? West End and Bimini, we coming. And we're going to give you the option of leaving things the same or moving on. We need a champion in the House of Assembly. We need a champion in the House of Assembly. Someone who's going to stand up for you, stand up for Grand Bahama, and stand up for the country. All right? There's certain things a member of parliament could do, being in the member of parliament, being a member of parliament, being in the House. Send a champion to that House to represent you all. Enough is enough. So thank you all for tuning in. Again, stay tuned for future announcements. Remember, October 4th. Remember, November 18th is a convention. The morning session is for the delegates. The evening session, we want all you all to be there on November 18th at 6 p.m. We want everyone to be there. You all pack that place. We want that jam pack. We want people standing up outside and inside. All right. So make sure you be there, and we're gonna bring this change. We're not standing down. Someone talked some nonsense about that being a PLP seat. Listen, it's a Bahamian seat. All right, that's the Bahamian seat. West End and West End, Bimini. All right, that's a Bahamian seat. All right, my granddaddy from West End. Right, that's where my family from. All right, the Baines. All right, Michael Bain, the prophet. They used to call him the prophet, not the prophet who's a singer now. He was a real prophet. All right, so we are coming to Grand Bahama to make the change. We're coming to Bimini to make the change. Bimini, stay tuned. We're going to do this. So thank you all for tuning in. Again, we love you. We're going to continue to fight for you and do what is right and do what we have to do. All right. So we want all of you to go back in those WhatsApp groups and talk about the issues of the day. Fred Mitchell is paying them to make you all talk about me and the COI so that you all stop talking about what's really happening. Y'all ain't talking about Kirk Cornish no more. Huh? Y'all ain't talking about that no more? Y'all ain't talking about the high price of food no more? High price of fuel, gas, high price of electricity? Let's start talking about the issues in this country, all right? And let's bring some real change. Get back in them groups. I sending you all to war. Go in the groups and let's start talking about the real issues. They stealing our carbon credits that can make all of us wealthy. After telling you all that I was selling dreams, they stole your sovereign wealth fund. Any other country would have tear down the streets, but we could be out there on October 4th. Go talk about the real issues. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you, and we'll see you next time.